Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm the Coins Monster. What's up, guys? How you all doing today? I hope you guys are keeping safe. As usual, type in number 1 in the chat box if you can see my screen properly and you can hear me properly. Alright, do me this favor. Mexico. Eddie, Irfan, Ozzy, my man, always here to support me. Love you guys for that. Alright, so as usual, we're going to go over Bitcoin and we'll see what's next for crypto market and for all markets in general. To be honest, I think we need to take a look at the macro view. Alright, screen's good, sounds good, that's perfect. Alright guys, so Bitcoin 36k holding and holding. This is excellent. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it again. We got a choppy month ahead. Alright, we got a very choppy month ahead. Trading is not going to be easy. Alright, and you got to be careful. Basically pinpointing your entries as precise as it can be. I'm saying 99% precision. It will be needed if you want to trade. Alright, so still expecting the range. Now I've asked you guys to type in number 1 if the sound and the audio is okay. I mean the audio on the screen. Type in 2 if you went back and watched my stream from yesterday, or the video that I left for you guys in the calls channel explaining the Bitcoin dominance and the fractal theories, right? Because I do want to go over the macro with you again, because that will be very important. Right. Bitcoin dominance. Alright. This is why I'm saying it's going to be a month of choppiness ahead of us. Okay, one whole month. There is no escaping it. And you have to be extremely accurate. Alright. Now take a look. I think this is where we are for Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin dominance is easily going to get up to 44%. Okay, it's not looking bearish at all. To me, this is extremely bullish, even though I think it's getting tired, but it still has a lot of momentum left. And this is on daily time frame. Okay, daily is no joke, and daily time frame stands for about 10 days to 14 days, so that's basically half the month. Okay, and when it gets to the top, it's going to take maybe another week for it to start resetting and coming down. So at least 20 days to a month, we're in a chop mode. Alright, it's as simple as that. Now, I'm not sure if people have looked at it, but I think it's extremely important that you keep this in mind. Okay, don't forget that. Look, the RSI still has a lot of room to grow. I think it can get at least up to 70. ADX is still coming from the bottom. It's got a double bottom bullish divergence. It's got everything in it that you need. And posted just up here, the momentum is just getting started. So to me that means still 14 days you can't trade. Okay, dominance is a killer for altcoins. It's absolute killer and a nut job. And even though my biggest picture for all these altcoins is to go into the alt season, but we need this dominance to crack down first. Okay, we don't know where it's going to break down from, 44%, 42%, we don't know. It just all depends. Let it play out, let it do its thing. Okay. Yeah, the weekly is kind of looking good for dominance as well. Okay, so when I look at dominance like this reminds me of Bitcoin back in the summer. Now what I'm thinking this thing is going to do is give us a fake out and then crash back down again. Okay, just because the weekly has momentum. I think that we're going to get a fake out. I'm going to go back to Bitcoin for a second. Bitcoin is holding really well. Jose Patricio, my main man, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming in, man. I really appreciate it. Yo, Jose Patricio is one of the guys I used to hang out with. I mean, almost every day. I used to look at charts, different theories, and have him to thank for that open-mindedness that I got. Okay, because I only used to take a look at the patterns, but he kind of showed me the macro view, but not just limited to Bitcoin, but the whole market structure as well. Okay, so thank you for that, Jose Patricio. I believe in giving credit. Alright, so Bitcoin. Now I want to zoom in quickly in here. This candle I think is going to mark the reversal of Bitcoin. Okay, now like I said before, month of choppiness will determine when and where we'll go up from, but this is, to me, it's looking very good. Now I finally got my third touch on the trend line. Okay, and this is why I thought Bitcoin was going to break down hard, and really hard, because it was just looking very bearish. It just didn't get close to the trend line to get enough strong momentum. Okay, now take a look at this right here. I've showed you this before. This trend line, which I'm going to put in 3 bold. Okay, I'm going to move all these right here. This trend line, you got the first touch, the second touch, and we finally got the third touch here as well. Now that's why I'm thinking this candle, or these 4 or 5 day candle, will mark the reversal for Bitcoin. Okay, it's still gonna take some time, but I think we're almost there. Now we got into the low 30s. Okay, I was expecting 34, but low 30s is 37k broke down. 34k was definite possibility. 32k was a maybe, but look, in the end we definitely got 32k. Okay, so some exchanges I think we went even a little bit lower than that, 31 in futures, but eventually got there. Alright, now I would not touch altcoins at this very moment. Okay, chop zone, you do not want to trade altcoins. We looked at dominance, it's breaking up, and I think it's going to give a fake out all the way from 44 to 45%. It's not a good idea to trade altcoins. Okay, now given the market structure, like I've said in the past few videos and in the trading room as well, accumulating altcoins now, it's a bit risky. Okay, because if you start too soon, it's going to test your patience. I mean, ridiculous amount of patience will be tested. Okay, so I would suggest look into accumulating altcoins if that's what you want to do towards the end of this channel. Okay, but by that time, once you have a strong base here enough, like let's say multiple wicks on the bottom, that will signify a strong buying pressure. That means it's going to hold. Okay, and if you have 2 weeks of proper hold with extreme buy pressure, that is going to be way more bullish, way more bullish than this choppy area right here. Okay, now this on the daily doesn't look like much, but I've told people beforehand is nothing but a Bart Simpson. Okay, if I look on the 4-hour time frame, the 6-hour time frame, this is a Bart Simpson with head and shoulders, God knows what else. Okay, it's just bear market structure for Bitcoin. That this is usually how it plays out. Okay, it just lacks strength, and all the wicks are mostly big to the upside. Okay, you got tweezer tops, but these are bullish pin bars. Now, if I see a couple more, I'm gonna think it's okay to hold. Okay. Weekly on Bitcoin is still not quite there. That's one of the other reasons why I'm saying it needs a bit more time. Okay, and I'm thinking we're gonna get the similar structure to what we did in the summer. We're gonna get it played out again here. Okay, now that is the higher low on the higher time frame that I've been talking about all these videos and all the live streams. Okay, now the indicators are not quite there yet. This is only 45% of the move on the red hill that has happened. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go up slightly and then maybe come back down again, so it's gonna make sort of a double red hill, okay, before it decides to go to the upside. Now take a look at the screen. Okay, this is where the momentum started dropping, right? It never starts in the red. It's way too early. Once you see bearish divergence, you get out. Okay, I've made a video on how to understand nail the tops, and that was on Flux. Go back and watch it and you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay, now getting into Bitcoin at this moment, accumulating the dips, is not really ideal. Okay, because it's still on tricky grounds, but it doesn't mean it's not going to bounce to the upside. Okay, we just have to be sure that it's holding this current level so you can start accumulating. Don't go for the best price, go for the best trend. Okay, keep that in mind. There's no point in buying at 33 and carrying the risk of it dropping to 30k, but it's much better to buy it at 34, 35, carrying security that it's going to go to the upside because it already has the bullish momentum. Okay, don't buy every dip. That is how you'll get wrecked, because you do need to understand the price action, and that is key in trading. Price action will always be king. Right now on the weekly, look, it was all coming down all this time, but on the daily, look at how many bottoms and double bottoms we got on the indicators. Okay, but still, it doesn't matter. The price action is saying bear market structure. Okay, so the indicators won't help you. Okay, now I'm basing all these fractal ideas based on the price action. Then I look at the indicators to find confluence. Okay, and if I have to look at the indicators, I'm going by the weekly. I'm not even going by the daily anymore, because weekly is what is going to determine if Bitcoin and when Bitcoin actually has to move to the upside towards 56k. Okay, now remember, I've said before, my targets still remain 55 to 60k, and that is the range I'm still going to be holding. Okay, that doesn't change, and my exit plan doesn't change either. I'm exiting when it gets to this critical zone right here. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's going to get rejected, and heavily on a wick at that. Yeah, you keep blushing, Patricio. All right. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin, I want you to focus on DXY. Okay? DXY, people don't believe in it much, but I think it has a strong power. Okay? Huge power. Now, the drops that we had in the markets SP 500, the Dow Jones, and whatever as a crypto, everything dropped based this little move. The 1% move in dollar caused basically a 20% drop in crypto on Bitcoin alone. Forget the altcoins. Altcoins have dropped 40-45%. Okay, so 1% in the dollar can actually affect a lot. I mean, on Telegram we got this thing circulating saying SP 500 up to 11%. Okay, so it's a 10x drop of 1% of rise on the dollar. I want you to keep an eye on the dollar though. It is making a bullish pattern. Okay, now it's making a falling wedge. But you know what? I have seen this pattern before recently as well on Bitcoin, where it made a bullish bad pattern, but it got rejected in the end. Okay, at 44k. That was the final drop that I was expecting, and it gave it to me. I think the dollar is gonna get tired pretty soon. Okay, now why I'm saying this, even the dollar on the bigger time frames is bullish, it still needs to go through some choppiness as well. Look, it currently is flagging, right? But look at this wick pressure right here. This means it's getting tired. Slowly but surely it's getting tired. Now the indicators are almost there. Okay? Almost there. This is the pattern that I've drawn, and I'm pretty sure this is going to play out. It's going to take some time, maybe a month and a half, but this is going to play out. And as soon as the dollar starts to drop, that is when we surely see the reversals in the market. So confluence is key. Don't just go blindly into trading. Okay, find confluence. We're at the certain stage in the market when you do need to take a look at multiple angles to find your entries, and if it's actually worth finding the entries. Alright, now that's the overview of mine of a dollar. Okay, it's broken down the rising wedge, came back into the pattern, but it's now retesting the descending channel. Now I'm pretty sure it's going to give us a fake out into the channel and then start dropping again, because this trend right here is huge increment in price. Okay, so my first step for the dollar is going back down to 93. If we're lucky, 92.5. Okay, but we need to give it time, a month to play out. Yeah, but shoot the question. Okay, one thing that nobody's talking about is the cup and handle on the dollar. Okay, I'm just going to delete the fib so you can have a clear picture. But the dollar is actually very bullish, and I think it can actually get to about 120 level. Okay, up in here I think it can get to. When the markets have to reset to the lows, 120 is the target for the dollar. This is no joke. Now the weekly needs some time to reset. Okay, but on the weekly the dollar has actually been consolidating in the handle since 2016. So this is actually a pretty strong level. Okay, this is a very, very strong level for the dollar. I don't see it coming back down below 88. Okay, and I actually think maybe even 90. I think it's going to consolidate around there, and eventually when the whole market's reset, this is going to fly all the way up to 120, maybe even 125. Okay, you got to watch for the dollar. It's a good trade to take when all the markets are resetting. You can just long the dollar as well. Okay, it's a huge percentage gain right here. You can get up to 25, but I'll even sell it for 20% rise. You can make some decent money. Yeah, monthly bearish is, I agree with the MACD, okay? But I'll show you a trick on the MACD, Jose. And I do want you to look at it, because I think it will help on the weekly. Okay, now that is just my theory, of course. You know, no one's perfect, but that is what I'm thinking is going to happen, and I'm analyzing based on what I've seen before on the charts happening in 2018, 2013. I've gone back through the Deca cycle to understand this. Okay, now I don't really trust the MACDs, because it gives you fake signals. Okay, many times it does give you the fake signals. It's great for the higher time frames, but when I have to find my entries, I only use the shorter time frames. Like max, the way I go to is the daily, because I know the weekly is good. Okay, but I'll show you the reason why. Let me take a look. Let me show you this before I get into the MACD. All right. Now, in the video that I made for the trading group, I drew a bunch of fractals. Right? I found confluence. Jose, this is one of your answers to the bearish MACD cross. Look, the MACD cross has not happened yet. I looked at it. It has not happened. I think what will happen is that it's going to barely cross to the downside and then go back to the upside. Okay, we're going to get a double cross. Okay, and that is going to be the fake signal, because all the retailers, they will be coming back to invest when we have the bullish curves. All the YouTubers will be all over it, and that is when the trick is going to apply. All right, but I want you to take a look at this, Jose. And the reason why I'm saying Bitcoin is actually going to go to the upside before the bearish MACD on the monthly plays out. All right, this fractal right here on Bitcoin, I took this from the USDT dominance. Okay, look at this. Now I have to wait for another 2 weeks to find out what the USDT dominance does, but this is what I see happening on Bitcoin. Okay, now this trend right here is getting tired for the USDT dominance. Okay, now I just have to be sure that it does not break this level right here, the 5.53%, and if it doesn't, it's a confirmed head and shoulders, but only a week or 10 days will give me that info. Okay, there is nothing else I can do besides wait. Okay, and if this thing goes down, then yeah, we're definitely talking a move to the upside, and the bearish MACD cross will be flipping before it actually decides to cross to the downside for good. Okay, but I agree, Bitcoin is actually coming down. Hey, listen, I would not be surprised even if you see Bitcoin at 8K. I've said it before, you know, and I'm saying this because it's just the fibs. So it's simply the fibs. Okay, see, all this move right here on Bitcoin, it's actually just been traded based on the weekly and on the daily time frame, but nobody has actually gone back to look at the monthly, okay, and figure out when Bitcoin is actually going to come down to. Okay, now I'm saying Bitcoin can easily come back down to about 13K, and I'm saying even 8K is a possibility, and this is the reason why. Look, many times in this altcoin season, okay, well, in this bullish market, what we've seen is this: whenever these coins, they break out and make a parabolic move, they come back to test the breakout of the trend line. Okay, so I'm thinking it can actually even come back down around about here, and this is the key support level. So anything, you can even ladder your buys in between 8K, 10K, 12K, and 15K. That would be my buy zone for Bitcoin. Okay, and that's because of the monthly MACD cross. It has not happened in quite some time, for years, and I think when it happens, it's going to drop like the panic sell we've never seen before, and that's going to be the full reset for the market. Okay, and this, I would not be surprised to see it at this level. Okay, I would not be surprised, no way. But it has to happen, and it's sorry, it's gonna take a while. Now I'm gonna remove all these fractals for a minute. Okay, and I want you to go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play with the fibs as I usually do, but on the higher time scales. Okay, let's take a look here. right? First stop is 19k, right? And then the next stop, which should be a 1-to-1 retrace, is sitting at 13k. Okay, this is exactly where Bitcoin topped out at, right? For the second time around in 2019. That's going to be the second stop. Now, just as it always goes a little bit higher, it's always going to go down a little bit lower. Okay, we saw that here. Nobody thought it was going to drop from 6k to 3k. Well, it did. It was a bear market structure. Same thing from here. It held down against 8k, 6k, and then bam, you got the double test on 3k. Okay, so I'm thinking it might even, I can even take this from this level right here. Okay, so 15k and then retrace back to 8k, because that's actually the key level of support. Okay, that's actually the key level of support. That's the Fibonacci accumulation zone for this cycle's breakout. Okay, so I would even say, hey, 8k is a possibility for Bitcoin, and I think monthly bearish cross on MACD can bring it down there. Yo, Trade Intuition, welcome, brother. Right. So those are my thoughts on the bearish cross on the MACD. Alright, but given the fact and the structure that Bitcoin is actually playing out the way I projected it to be, and based on the previous cycles and the price action from the previous drops, I think we're good to go on Bitcoin. Okay, I was actually thinking that, and that's the reason why I posted in the trading room, be careful with the trades. Okay, I will most likely get a surprise down here at 40k, 44k. Okay, because there was something that's throwing me off. And usually, when I said before, we get an ABC correction, and then inside the C wave we get a 1 to 5 wave correction. The wave count wasn't right on the C wave. Okay, that's why I said 30. If it breaks 37, if it hits 37, not even breaks it, if it hits it, 34k is a definite possibility. And when I zoomed out a little bit, just to this cycle, when the distribution pattern started, the Wyckoff distribution, I just took this. Okay, that's the start of Wyckoff distribution, not here in this zone, but it's actually here. And that's why I based it on 3 touches on this trend line, not only for the pennant, the falling wedge, but I actually wanted to see 3 touches down at this support area right here. So 1, 2, and 3. Now if this higher low holds and we get double higher low levels right here, it's definitely going to bounce up. Your monthly bearish cross will have to wait until it gets to my quick exit plan. Yeah, it depends. It crossed on people are saying it crossed, and I think that's why they panic sold again from 44. They brought it down, but I think that's only the trick for the market makers to shake out all the people. Okay, because I personally use different settings on the RSI on every single one of them. Okay, I have different settings. On this one, on the RSI, I'm using 18. On the stochastics, I got 2 right here, and I'm using one with the 18 and one with the 20. Okay, now I find them to be almost accurate, just basing them on the one indicator. So MACD, I think, needs to be tuned to give you the accuracy. Okay, I think I'm gonna go and back test and try it out, but that's what I'm thinking. I think MACD needs to be tuned. Every indicator needs to be tuned. You can't just go and set up the indicators just as you find them, you know. I think every single one of them needs to be tuned. I mean, take a look at this, right? Take a look at this. A Spanish trading group that I'm in, people told me it's gonna, yesterday, it was gonna go back up to like 38k. I said no. It wasn't gonna happen yesterday, and this was the candle right there. Okay, this was the candle like way early in the morning. No, and they said the same thing here, but it's not. It's gonna actually take a while. Okay, that's because this is tuned to 18 and 20. Okay, now this gives me the accuracy. And I said, okay, it's gonna happen in 2 days time, and look, we're almost at 38k today. Okay, this had more room to grow, but because when you understand the price action, you have the indicators tuned, you can find almost when it's gonna hit the price zones. Okay, so I think MACD needs to be tuned. And look again, 0.5 fib level is gonna get rejected. So to get up there, it needs to get the strength. So very much the same way, if Bitcoin has already dropped 54% from its all-time high, almost 54%, it will have to go up to gather the strength to come back down so your monthly can play out. Okay? So that's why I'm not trusting the initial crosses that are happening on the indicators, because they're factory tuned. Man, honestly, yeah, I'll take a look at BNB for you. But honestly, it's not something that BNB is a hold. Okay, BNB is definitely a hold, and BNB is gonna take some time, but it's gonna get to about 420. Between 414 and 425, that's where I will put the targets at. Okay, and that would be the first level. Then I think it's going to come back down, retest this, and it's going to come back down to maybe again at 370, and then eventually break towards the 480 level. Okay, but you know what, when I look at the structure right here, I think the altcoins, they still need to do their bear market thingy, bear market structure. They have to play it out before they can actually capitulate completely and gather the strength to actually break above the critical levels. Okay, so I think the accumulation zone that is happening, this is only temporary. You know, it's going to get rejected by the first key level right here, because this extends all the way down to the back. Okay, and then it's going to come back down, retrace, and then consolidate, maybe find against one more capitulation at 360, and then eventually go break to the upside. But I wouldn't hold my breath with the altcoins right now. Okay, yeah, this has done a full one-to-one retrace, man. Look, this is a clear one-to-one retrace. Okay, but it needs a little bit more. Like I said, I would not be surprised if altcoins, they have to get a final capitulation. All right. No, this is going to be way too extended. Yeah, just give it time. I think short-term target is about there, 415. Alright, what coins you got for me? Alright, here's a coin that I would want you to focus on. VR. Okay. Virtual reality game. Alright, I still have the fractal here. I'm still waiting for this thing to play out. Now, I'm still not accumulating this. No way, I'm just waiting for the right moment to enter for the big move. Okay, I still hold a little bit of position in it because, well, let's face it, I didn't sell it. Only a couple of $100. And I don't think I'm about break even roundabout. But yeah, I'm still holding it because I see potential in it. Okay, but it has to come down first or reaccumulate zone and then go back up. But here's a trade that I would definitely watch. Okay, and let this fractal play out, maybe another 15 days. Alright, so now we got the XRP. Now I'm really focused on XRP. I think it's one of the few coins that is giving us sort of what is going to happen with the altcoins. Okay. Now, again, there's always invalidation points, right? But I think XRP is going to hold. I think XRP is definitely going to hold this level. It's going to play out this chop, but it's definitely going to hold this level. Okay. Now, look at the buy pressure right here. This is a strong demand line. Okay. I think this is the same structure for the next month that's going to be played out. Yeah, EOS. But yeah, XRP, man. I'll get into EOS in a minute. Now, one of the reasons why I'm holding this is because XRP is always one of the last ones to move. And when it does, it moves big. Okay? This right here is 4-year bear cycle that has happened. Okay, for XRP. It's 4 years. Okay? Now, there's multiple patterns going on with this. We got a lovely consolidation, but it's broken out the accumulation zone of 4 years, and it's holding this now. But when it does break out, it's going to be big. I'll be happy, like I said before, selling at $4, $5, $6. Just keep it there, you know, in between that range. Depending on what the market does, if it gets to the $10 main target or not, but I'll be happy to sell these and make my gains and get out. Okay. Now EOS is round about the same. EOS has been in a bear market structure for years. Okay, years. Now, reaccumulation zone, and this it doesn't break. It's like it backs back to the lows of 20 and to the 2018 period. Okay, it's back to those lows. Now, if this thing holds, chances of it breaking out and going into the all-time highs, like even prior to 2018, are bigger. Okay, $50, I would put easy at target. Even $45 and $50. Yeah, it's gonna take a couple of months, just like until we go through the chop, and let's see if it happens though. You know, people are saying EOS is a dead project, and yeah, it could be, but TA speaks more than anything. Okay, if the TA is right, the bulls will actually, the market makers will push money into it, okay, and just boost it up. But when I look at this TA, okay, this little zone right here, this speaks strongly to me. Okay. Now, unless something happens, like the full market crashes, this is actually going back down to zero. But since almost nothing goes down to zero, because it's not a crappy project, it's not a meme coin, I think this will hold. I think this will definitely hold. Okay. Besides, take a look at the structure. Okay, we had the highs, retrace, all the way back up. Then we have the final capitulation that is happening right now. Okay. So this is why I like EOS. I do hold a little bit of it, but I think it's gonna. I think it has a potential to do a 10x from here at least. Okay, anything from 10 to 20x, I think it's possible. All right, what else you got? So taking a look at two. Now I want you to keep EOS on your radar. Okay. Now one coin that I think I will be trading is ICP. Actually, no, I hate this chart. I'm gonna go to Coinbase. Now this has been disappointing, although we did make some gains in the trading room, but this has been disappointing, just a little bit. Now, I would not trade this coin, personally, unless it breaks and holds $35 to $40 level. Okay, It doesn't even matter if it gives me a higher low or not, but unless it holds $35 to $40, there is not a chance it's gonna break higher. Okay, because that is a weekly major resistance zone, and there's a lot of chop that happens either above it or below it. Okay, so I would not buy this here because it's no trade zone. Neither I would buy it above it because there's no trade zone. I would just hold it and watch it and hold. If it holds 35 to 40 bucks and there are multiple buy wicks at the bottom, then yeah, it's a good trade. Okay, so watch ICP if it does that. Set your alerts on 35 and 40 bucks. Stevie, my man. Alright, QRDO. I'm a little disappointed because they dumped the whole thing on me. But I still like this project, and this is one of the projects that I'll be buying in the bear market. Okay. I think about QRDO. Now it's gonna follow other coins like Trias. Okay, it needs to reaccumulate maybe another month. But let's say for the next 3 weeks we have to watch the candle, see what they do. But right now it's gonna be risky. Either you buy to hold for the next 4 years, or you buy it thinking, hoping it's gonna do a nice trade. Okay, I would personally watch it, and let's see if it breaks and holds $2.76 and $3. But yeah, definitely one to mark for the next cycle. Okay, definitely. Don't even think about it twice. Right? I think QRDO is gonna be a big one next cycle. Because right now, if you think about it, we have 4-year cycles, right? This thing just came out in August 2021. So 2025, I'm just gonna find the hypothetical bottom at the moment. Let's say it's 122. Next cycle is gonna go to $40. Alright. So next cycle to $40 from $1.22. There you go, your 30x planned. Okay, it's a 30x coin, and that's a bare minimum as well. So keep this in mind. Now the other coin for the next cycle is HTR. Although I think HTR still has some room left. Okay, for this cycle. I think this is what's gonna happen with HTR. Okay, it's gonna do the same thing as everything else, but given this drop that just ruined everything for HTR, I would say the maximum target from your buy zone will only give you 150%. Okay, and I will be happy with the 150%, to be honest, because this to me is looking like Bitcoin right now. Okay, this looks like Bitcoin. And look, the fractal exactly comes down to the 618 and the 702, 786. So I would not expect anything more than HTR at this point. Okay, because to go up all the way back up and break its all-time highs is going to need about 3 to 6 months. Okay, look at that, from May all the way to November. So May, June, July, August, September, October. It took 6 months. I don't think we have 6 more months left in the cycle. All right. So I think 150% is the most likely. Actually, what I was hoping for with QRDO is this. I was kind of hoping it just bounced off this trend line after consolidation. It really had a big chance to go all the way up to $7. Okay, but hey, listen, if I get it back at around 60 cents in the bear market, all the way up to $7, man, it's a 9x. It's a great project. I still believe in it. Nothing has changed. The only thing that kind of ruined my TA. All right. Now, one thing that I want you to keep in mind is the metaverse trend. Okay, I think the metaverse trend played out pretty hard, and it's not going to recover as fast. Okay, is the reason why I'm saying it. Look, all the coins that actually did a lot of work, a lot of percentage gains, they have literally no support at this point. Alright, they literally have no support. I think they have a little bit of drop left in them. Okay, so I think sand, you can even get it back around 250, 230, around that area. Okay, and it can go back up to maybe about $5, but I would not put my hopes up thinking it's gonna go all the way up to 20 bucks. Okay, this looks very weak, and sand has done a lot of work this cycle. Okay, just think about it. If you go from the bottom, it's done about 9,000% gains, and that is insane. Okay, so I don't think it has left in it to give you an all-time high. So any YouTuber that gives you metaverse coins, the top coins to buy, yeah, they're top games to buy, but go back to the TA and think about the total percentage they've done. Okay, because 9,000% is like a 90x. It's almost 100x. So for them to make a lot of money off of it, it's gonna be tough. Okay, so think about it twice, the metaverse trend. Okay, now I'm gonna go through the basics now. Okay, this is what we have not done in the last couple of weeks, because I was waiting for Bitcoin to settle down. Okay, now all the TA needs to be redone. So DOT, this has been disappointing this cycle. Okay, right here we had the parachange news come out. Oh, Ozzy, if you're watching, I told you, right? It's gonna come back down to 27 bucks. Oh man, look at that. Huge, man. It's a massive fake out. Now DOT definitely has to do something crazy like this, right? If this is a reversal point, okay, for DOT, buying it above $19 is secure. Okay, anything below that is going to be choppy. Okay, and I wouldn't even recommend just looking to trade DOT, and that is it, not holding. And that is because the parachains are not ready for DOT yet. They're coming, it's just not ready. I think for the next cycle, yeah, DOT can definitely be a couple $100 a coin, like 300 to 400. But this cycle, it sounds tough because since the parachain things are not ready, Kusama is already there. Okay, so some projects are getting listed on the DOT parachains, but I think it still has more work to do. So now that I look at this, I really don't see DOT going back all the way up to about 120 something thing. Okay, I think it's making a massive distribution pattern this cycle. So this is the hypothetical bottom at $15. If you trade it, start planning your exit when it comes to about $44, 40 to 44, maybe even 50. Okay, to make the right shoulder, and be watchful of that. Okay, be watchful. But you know what, if you want to trade DOT, and if you're not going to stake it, it's 147% gains. This is on spot. What I would do is I would go on to KuCoin and I would look for the 3x token from longing DOT. Right now, when this is ready, this actually has a way upside. Okay, but when I take a look at this, this is looking like the down tokens which never recover in the bull market. Okay, so I would only trade up to $47, $45, and I think this .3 long token will actually come back down a little bit and then go back up here, so 3x. Okay, I would watch it for 3x, and that is it. If it's a 3x in here, that means it's only 100 and something % on spot, and that's how I would play. So you get more money, and your trades are worth the effort and the time and the money. Okay. Now, dot is one of them, but link I actually like better than dot. I've spoken about this before, and I don't know, there's something about link. Right, there is just something about link. Actually, hold up. Maybe it doesn't do what I'm projecting it to do, but I think there's a big chance that it does. Mainly because it's been quiet. Okay, ever since the top, it's been quiet. Alright? Now, at the very moment, this fractal is still holding. Okay, this fractal is still holding. So if it makes this double bottom right here at about $15 to $17 and it holds $17 as support, this has a big chance of going up around about 90 bucks. Okay, so this is actually to me a lot better than dot, considering the Wyckoff distribution pattern that dot currently has. Okay, I could be wrong, but this is what it's looking like to me. Okay. Neo. Nobody talks about this coin. Okay, but keep this on radar for the next cycle. Okay, definitely keep this for the next cycle, because I think this is actually going to do some work. Okay, and why I'm saying this, look, the second high, okay, that's the initial crash. After the initial crash, it goes back to the retrace. Okay, and when it goes back to the retrace, it goes back into the accumulation. So I think after the next 4 years, this is gonna break pretty hard. Okay, and when it does, your targets are sitting, I think, above $300 easy. Okay, I think this is gonna do what BNB did this cycle in KCS. Okay, so watch this thing. I think next cycle this is gonna be good. Yeah, and all these altcoins are not moving as much. It's the Bitcoin dominance that's killing us. API 3 recently got listed on KuCoin. Yeah, this thing is gonna come down. This thing is gonna come down. I think they always do the same idea, but it's just, I don't know. It's crazy. It hasn't got much data on the weekly yet. It's still going flat. It's not, lacks bullish momentum. The RSI is not healthy. Yeah, I think it's gonna hold, maybe come back down once more, down to about 160, 170. But let me check if there's KuCoin gives me more data. Nope. Let's go to the Huobi exchange. No, it just got listed on multiple exchanges. Alright. Now it's going to take some time. I think maybe about a month for reaccumulation zone for this thing. Yeah. Watch API 3 and let it do its thing in a month. Let it do its thing in a month. I think you can easily get back around there. 250% gains can come out of this thing. Okay, that's what I would expect. 250% gains, but I would aim to buy it lower, like maybe around 250. If you get it around 250, you can definitely get about 450%. Okay, API 3 is a great project, and they have a lot of things coming. That's why they've got listed on multiple exchanges almost at the same time. All right, so keep this on your radar. Whiteboard this coin. I think it's going to do some good. Let's go with Matic for a minute. Yeah, with Matic, so you broke down my initial plan, right? So this is what I'm going to do for Matic. I think the best thing that you can get out of Matic is this. But then it's going to come back down. Okay, Matic will be done for the cycle. Now why I'm saying it's going to be done for the cycle, okay, because I think it's going to take time and it's going to stay below this trend line. Okay, it's going to do a bearish retest and then get rejected from there. It's been in a crazy uptrend, and that has been since April 2021. So it's been, well, about 8 months. It finally broke it, did a bearish retest. I think it's going to do one more, maybe give some gains, like buy it around $1, maybe around $1, get 88% gains and get out. Okay, once the trend is broken, I don't think it has any energy left. Okay. Now many people hold Matic. Many people are saying Matic is going to go a lot higher this cycle. I don't think so. Not anymore. I used to, but since the trend is broken, I have to adapt to circumstances. Okay. There's no other way around it. XTZ, man, this thing is broken. It's been disappointing. But I do like XTZ. I still like XTZ. Look. Okay, I'm still waiting for this thing to play out. This crazy chop zone. Like I think in the next couple of days, when dominance takes a cool off, maybe for a day or two, I think we're gonna see some momentum to the upside. Okay, but don't be fooled. The momentum is gonna only come to test a critical level. Okay, it's only gonna come to test a critical level. So I think even for Tezos, for example, if you look to trade it, like buying around $3, I would exit at 365. Maybe a little bit higher, 25 to 30% gains. I would exit and then look for another entry. Okay, it's just like they give us a lot of fake outs in Bitcoin. I think the altcoins are going to do the same thing. Like they're going to show you it's breaking out, but it's actually going to only come back down to capitulate you. Okay. And why I do expect this capitulation to play out, because Bitcoin dominance is killing right now. It's in a very strong momentum. I don't think it's going to end in the next couple of days. Okay, that's why all these percentages, the list is still red. Okay, and that's because of dominance. The percentage gains are not quite there yet. Okay. Like it's only maybe 10% since the drops. Okay, so I think when dominance takes a cool off, I think the bigger gains are coming then. 25-30% gains, that's when dominance will take a rest. Alright, Right. So before we get off the stream, I want to quickly recap. Okay. Now, I am expecting still for this to play out, but I'm going to be cautious because dominance is still doing what it needs to do, and the USDT dominance is still quite high. Okay. So it's only trades, get in, get out, and then you start accumulating when dominance is almost ready to do this. Alright, look, it's almost there. For the next couple of days, I think we're going to get a double top on here as well. Okay, so when you get this final double top on USDT dominance and you see a massive rejection, that is when the accumulation can start for all these altcoins. Okay, this will avoid your chop zones, right? Now, for what I can see right now, okay, there's a massive rejection, so people are actually putting money to trades. Okay, if they're putting money to trades, that means for the next couple of days we're good to go. All the trades that take up maybe a week to play, and that is it. And then I would exit the market at the beginning of Feb, let it do its thing until almost end of Feb, mid-Feb, end of Feb, and that's when I start accumulating. And this fits with my chop zone for a month. Okay, so I do have confluence here. So for the next couple of days, I think you're good to trade. Open ocean. Man, this is tricky. I'll be honest with you, this is extremely tricky. But I will tell you something though. It's almost over. Okay, the sell pressure I think is almost over. But it's not to say that it cannot come back down. Okay, just a little bit more. Let me check something here. I take this level. Okay, so it almost hit 9 cents. And look, any entries for the prices, 8 cents, 6 cents, and 9 cents. Okay, those are the prices. Because right now, it's in a total downtrend. There is no way to tell when and where it's going to stop. Okay. I've heard about this project before I looked into it, but ever since it's just started this downtrend, I didn't want to touch it. Okay. I think the sell pressure is still there. So either it does the same thing as the Bitcoin's bear market structure, like it plays this thing out again, and it does it over here. Okay. Of course, it won't go to zero, but you know, anything can happen. Actually, hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check this, because when Matrix AI got listed onto KuCoin, let me see what price it went to. Okay. Yeah, this went all the way down to 2 cents, maybe even 1. So see if there is a fractal theory that can work out on this. See, the problem with these is always the same on KuCoin. You just don't ever get the liquidity back. And by liquidity, I mean either you believe in the project and you're willing to hold it, or all these people that just take so much advantage of you, and they pump it when they decide to, you know. Okay, so to me, I'll have to figure out a fractal to put in here. Okay. Okay. So if OpenOcean holds about 10 cents and it goes sideways, then yeah, it has a big chance to break out. But if I'm buying at 10 cents and it has a strong move, I would look to sell at 50. Okay, I would just automatically put a sell target there at 50, 40 to 50 cents. I will take my profits and then wait for a nice retest. Okay, that's what I would do. But I would wait till it's at the end of the channel. Okay, and 10 cents is holding properly for like maybe a month or two. Only then. Okay, unless you're comfortable trading in hopium, you know, and praying for these crazy wicks to happen here as well, which you can do, but I'm not sure if it's worth the risk though. You know, like this thing, you bought it at what, 24 cents and it went all the way to 50. I think the next one is going to get rejected around 35, but maybe it has to go down lower than 30 and then 12 cents, and then so you can get a chance to sell at 30. Okay, you never know. It's going to be a lot of wick action. Unless this changes trend and goes into the uptrend, I don't think you're safe. So that's the issue with the with OpenOcean. XTM is actually quite a project that I quite like. Now this does look like it has bottomed. Okay, now, well, almost fits. There you go, right there. Now if this thing holds for a month, I'm good to buy. Okay, because buying XTM after a month hold on this current level, I am kind of guaranteed a sell at this percentage. Okay, around 90 cents. Okay, so that is about 200 or to 300% gains. So if you want a good trade and a good project, I would look into XTM. Okay, I've been waiting for this thing for like 4 months now, but that's what it takes, I think, for, you know, just to go complete the downtrend, go sideways. It's gonna take another month, still not ready. But if it holds anything between 20 and 25 cents for a month, I think it'll be good. Well, the daily is almost getting ready. Weekly, not quite there yet. So I think it has a little bit more sideways action, choppy zone left in a month. And that's when I would look to buy. Okay. But yeah, I would much rather look into XTM right now than OpenOcean. Yeah, let's see what Atom does. I really like Atom, but for some reason I'm thinking it's going to do what Matic just did. Okay. I think this is what's going to happen with Atom. I think it's going to make another high, maybe 44, maybe 50, and then crash back down. I don't know. It's just on the weekly, it's getting weaker and weaker by the day. There is no bullish divergence. This is just choppy head and shoulders. Yeah. I really like Atom, but it's not healthy right now. for Rose, I think there might be a little bit more potential left. Okay. I think the bearish divergence is going to play out in such a way it comes back down to about 22 cents, 25, and then breaks one more high around 80 cents. Okay. Only time remains to be seen, but I would not buy in this chop right here between 25 and 32. I would definitely buy over 34 if it holds for a week or two. I would look to buy around there. Okay. Okay, Woo is no go. We can delete this. Woo needs a lot of time. And there was one more coin which I wanted to share with you guys. Hold up. There's a gem which I think I'm gonna give this gem first in the trading room, because I have to do a little bit more deep dive on it and get some healthy opinions. But I think it's gonna work. Yeah, look at that. I think dominance is about taking a hit, and USDT dominance as well is taking a hit. The list just turned green. Alright, it's time to start looking for trades. Okay, look at this. Okay, this is the chop zone that I'm expecting. Okay, you can trade the ranges. Oh, I checked the Atari token for you, not a problem. Alright guys, look at this. You can look to trade Phantom anything between 195 and 205. Okay, carry it back all the way up to 220. Okay, if you want to trade, make some money, trade the ranges 10% up, 10% down, 10% up, 10% down. Okay, now if you're new to trading, if you want to practice, this is the best way. Like trading chop is actually going to improve your skills. Okay, so now I understood the price action and I told you this is what's going to happen. This is what I see. Okay, so if you want to trade the chop, want to improve your skills, even if you're just doing paper trading, you don't even put money in if you don't want to, if you're not comfortable, practice this. Okay, practice the chop zones. They will improve your skills. Now you want me to check Atari against ETH, or do you have a USDT pair on an exchange? One more thing guys, if you want to learn technical analysis, I do have a small tutoring course. Okay, now with the tutoring course, what I've done is I've kept a limit of 10 sessions at the very most, and those 10 sessions are distributed in a couple of months. Okay, so I do give out the calls for the trading groups on Discord and the Telegram. And it costs $30 a month, but instead of charging you $30 a month for calls, I'd much rather just give you the tutoring. Okay, because that will stay with you for life and you will only get better. Okay, I will teach you how to understand the price action, most importantly, how to find the confluence with a bunch of indicators, and how to tune the indicator so you get the right accuracy. Okay, and that will find confluence with the price action. So if you're ever interested, hit me up and you can take it at your speed. Okay, you don't have to learn everything at once. Don't ever learn everything at once. It's only be a big mistake. Oh yeah, DEX tools. Let's take a look. Atari tokens. I'm assuming that's the one on Uniswap, right? Because I've heard people talk about Atari on BSC as well, but if it's on Uniswap and that has more data, I'd much rather go for the Uniswap one. Yeah, don't worry, Irfan, I got the DEX tools. Gee, hold on. I'm just gonna go down there and play some music, because otherwise we'll just get bored. You have to give me a minute, this thing is loading. Sometimes it takes a minute. I have to reset. I will talk to you about Lux, okay? Many people on Telegram have been talking about this project. Now, it's gone up quite a bit. I would not touch it right now because the chart doesn't look so good. But it's definitely a project that's worth looking into. Okay, Atari's not loading. Let's try something else. Yeah, Atari has a problem, it's not loading. Okay, now I want you to keep this project on your radar. Lux. Okay, it just came out. I think it's gonna have a nice retrace. It's gonna back down maybe about $2, maybe even $1.50. But keep this on your radar, okay? Many people are shilling it. I do like the project and the token metrics, but the chart I don't like. I'll be honest with you, I really don't like the chart. I've seen this thing before and it's just a bear market structure. Okay, I think it definitely has the chance to go back to $1.50. So watch Lux. I think this is gonna come back strong. Let's see if we get lucky this time with that Atari. Irfan, let me know if this is the token you're looking at, like 3 cents. Alright, this looks like it's been dumped on, big time. Okay, it's going to be risky if you want to trade it. This is a coin that you buy and you hold for the next couple of years and you forget about it. Okay. I did look at Atari a while back. Check Bittrex, I think that might have more data. Okay, look. Yeah, I would not touch this thing because this is years of hold. Years of hold, you're talking. Okay. And this is a coin where you just put your extra bag, a couple of $100, and you just forget about it. Okay. That's what you would do with this coin. I do like the project, you know. I actually looked into it way beforehand when it was around 40 cents. But new listings on many exchanges it will only need more time to reaccumulate. Okay, so I would give it a couple of years, honestly. Otherwise, I would not touch this thing. You know what? I would actually focus on the big caps right now, especially the ones in top 50. That's what I would focus on, because they have been quiet for almost a year, maybe even over a year. Okay, so that's a whole year's worth of downtrend and reaccumulation phase. So those coins, they definitely have a big chance. All right, so focus on those. But I am going to post a trading call pretty soon on XTM, because I think it is going to give us really, really good percentage gains. It's almost ready. Just a little bit more work, maybe a week or two, but then it's almost ready. Now focus on XTM rather than the Atari token, because I think the only reason they pumped all the way from 10 cents all the way up to 60 is because they had some news of partnership with a big gaming company. But after that, it's just been a downhill ever since. Right? So people are not gonna tell you what's really gonna happen, and I think the big caps are gonna move way faster and way more than anything else. So I would focus on those. And maybe some decent projects, you know, like you can get lucky if you find another Rose or another Phantom that's going to do a 10x in a couple of months, for as long as the bull run lasts. But yeah, you know, it's never to say no, you can always get lucky. But anything that has low liquidity, and by low liquidity I mean, yes, you can have a lot of people buying and selling, but the fact is, if people that don't have any interest, the liquidity, it basically goes by the interest. Okay, so if there is no interest in the coin, you'll be stuck with it for a long time. Okay, like a couple of people who told me about Matrix AI, they said it was going to $1. Okay, now they kept buying every single dip. I mean, it's ridiculous. It went all the way to 8 cents, then it came back to 5. They bought the dip. Okay, then it went to 14, 13, came back down to 8, they bought the dip again. And look, they're just still holding. They never thought it would go back to a cent. It did though. You know, because why? Because it's just people lost interest in it. The issue is that people lost interest in it. Okay, now you can't just go by this chart. You always go back and look on multiple exchanges. Now, how do I know this coin is Coin Trader Pro? Because I was doing some research and I went to CoinGecko and I stumbled onto this project. That's from 2017, so I thought I was going to do some actual, you know, big work. But when I looked at the chart, I really liked what I saw, I'll be honest. But whenever you have a big price history, it just means it needs a lot more time. Okay, it needs a lot more time. Look, sometimes you get a lot of choppiness, like ridiculous amount of choppiness. Okay, like the high of all time is 170. Okay, and that was back in 2018. Now this, it needs to reaccumulate before it can break it. Okay, needs to reaccumulate, it can break it. Now this is a retrace. It got rejected from a key level, and the next time this thing breaks up, it's only gonna go high, 60 cents, 80 cents, $1, and then eventually to its all-time high to about 160. Okay, now I have seen this happen with another coin, and that is Verge. Okay, this thing broke out because it was years of accumulation zone. Okay, you can't see the full chart in here. Actually, you can. Hold on. Look. See? It went all the way up to 8 cents. Now this is the kind of retrace you're looking for. But look at the pricing structure though. See, went back up to mid-high, got rejected from key level, went back down, reaccumulated, and then eventually broke out to the upside. So that is what you're looking for. Look for this pricing structure. Okay, mark Verge as your training, and then go back to refer it in the Bitcoin pairs, in other USDT pairs of coins that have already been in the past. Now this is why I'm bullish on XRP. Right now I think we're right here in XRP in this range. Okay, so maybe one more month of chop, and then this is the work that I see XRP doing. Okay, now look at the percentage gains right here. If you focus on the percentage gains, look, it's a 10x, and it's not even gone back to its all-time high. So imagine if XRP does the 10x for you. Okay, from this current price, it doesn't even need to go to $10. From 60 cents all the way up to $6 is still a 10x. Now if you buy it at this price and it goes all the way up to $10, imagine the percentage gains. Okay, so this is, I'm not saying it's gonna go to $10. I'll be happy at 6. That's my personal opinion. You know, no financial advice. But this is the kind of structure that I'm looking for. So if you can find, Irfan, some coins that have this kind of pricing structure, man, I think you'll be doing a lot better than most people out there just looking to make some gains in hopium. Right? And these are tricks and tips to find even the best entries that you can. Look. See? Reaccumulation zone, retrace, rejection at key level. This is a higher low of reaccumulation. Now this is what I want to push on you guys. Okay, the reaccumulation phase, and look how long it took, September to October and November. Okay, and then it broke to its all-time high. So it took about a month and a half to reaccumulate, and then it went on to break its all-time high. Okay, then it went on to give you about 10x. Okay, and that's not even a 10x from its reaccumulation phase. So if you want to make good gains, this is the secure entry that you're looking for. Without basically getting a right entry, just reduces your risk by 50%. Okay, and that is what I want to push on you guys, reducing the risk. No one can guarantee the gains, no one can guarantee the time period. But if you can learn how to understand the price action and get the entries at the right time, reducing the risk by 50% is 70% of the battle won, because the rest is not in your hands. Okay, so this is what I want you to keep on your radar. Mark XVG as your training program and look for the same pricing structure. Nothing is going to be exact, but very, very close to it. Okay, now I'm giving you keys here. Okay, and these keys, if you know them, will find gems a lot quicker. Okay, we'll find gems a lot quicker. And the reason why I'm not focusing like other channels on finding 200 coins is because you will not have time to trade all those 200 coins. We will not have the time, okay, to chase trends or to play the trends, because everything most likely is going to move at the same time and fairly quickly, like maybe a month and a half, and that is it. You'll be looking to exit the market. So looking for 200 coins and playing the 200 coins is actually more risky than finding the right entries right now. Not to say I will not be giving you gems, I will most likely be looking for them, yes, but this is actually a gem on its own. Higher low reaccumulation phase before the breakout, get at the right time, and you guarantee yourself 400 to 1000% gains. Okay. Alright guys, it's been a longer stream than I expected, but it's been good. It's been good. I hope I gave you guys some tips and tricks, and you know, just know I'm still hanging in there with you guys, okay? Even though Bitcoin dropped a little bit more than we predicted, but you know, we're still there. So do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Okay, many videos with price predictions or about some coins or just simply Bitcoin update, just to carry you through the pain that we're all feeling. I'm still here, I will still be here. Okay, but if you give me a like and you hit the subscribe button, it'll just only help the channel, and I can work a lot harder, and I will work a lot harder to get you the right piece of information that you need. I'm aiming to be different than other YouTube channels. Okay, so help me to help you. That is the way I see it. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for tomorrow's stream, and a couple of gems coming your way as well. If you have not already joined the trading room, please do so. People are actually quite helpful, they're active, and they help out even with the TA. Okay, if you have any questions, you're just starting out with trading, technical analysis, we will help you out. Okay, don't shy away from asking questions. There is no wrong questions, but only right answers. Alright guys, stay tuned, stay safe, stay blessed. I'll catch you in tomorrow's